Good evening, morning. First of all, there's like by the orange line. I don't know if I can see it from here. Oh yeah, you kind of see it if you look. There's a taco truck right there by the orange line when you get off. I walk by it, it smells absolutely fucking amazing. And I'm amazingly broke, so I can't afford a taco. I want a taco! Damn it, I gotta work all night. At least I could have a taco or 2 or 5 or 10. Anyway. But yeah. I was originally supposed to be off tonight. I had to go in until tomorrow night. I was originally supposed to get some sleep, but we got a huge truck in today. So I'm doing an overnight on a Wednesday night, Thursday morning. Can't complain that much though, because this week I've been working like pretty much full-time hours, so this is going to be the first 40-hour week I've had in a long time. And I don't know how many of these I'm going to get, so I might as well take advantage of it. At least try to get these shitty paychecks slightly less shittier, but still going to be shitty, but still. At least I'll be able to pay rent and buy food this time, unlike last check. But I digress. One thing I noticed on these late night runs to work and everything, you know, from like when I was doing a 2-week run of nothing but overnights for a while and doing these once or twice a week. Actually, this is 3 times a week, I think. Anyway, what I noticed when I'm riding the orange line. Now, for some of you that aren't familiar with the orange line, I mean, a lot of you people that live in Los Angeles are. Of course, a lot of you aren't because you drive, so you can really give a shit about the bus. But the orange line is this line that runs kind of like a train. It's actually a large bus, but it runs on this little strip, like in between streets and everything. Kind of the same way a train does. It's actually where they have built that used to be old train tracks from years and years ago. So this bus runs the same way as a train, basically. And it runs from North Hollywood to the West Valley and back. It's pretty cool. It's, you know, faster than taking like the regular buses on the streets. So, it's alright. But I noticed one thing about riding that orange line this time of night coming from West Valley. There's a high amount of tweakers that ride that thing this time of night. I mean, once again, if you're someone who's not familiar with certain terms like, how are you doing? Okay. If you're not familiar with terms such as tweakers, it's basically somebody who uses speed or meth, which as well speed, meth, same thing I want to say, or same goddamn thing. And, you know, a lot of people are riding the bus high as shit. You know. And, I mean, sometimes it's kind of sad seeing tweakers run around, you know. I mean, there's something about, I guess, doing meth that also ages a person, too. Kind of like how a long-time use of alcohol does to you. Meth does something similar. And it's really sad seeing that happen to women, you know. It's like, it sounds kind of mean saying this, but I'm going to say it anyway. I mean, there's this one girl that got on the bus tonight with her old man, right? This guy looks like he was like twice her age anyway. Both obviously tweaking, you could tell. Oh my God, especially her. Oh my God, she was just jittery. She was using the straps that hang from the pipe, not the pipe, but the railing that you hold on to. She kept moving it around like, what's it doing to you? It's nowhere near you. But I mean, if you looked at her without looking at her, like, without looking at her face and hit everything. Yeah, things are not that bad. Then you move the head. First thing you notice is the unwashed, unkept, unbrushed hair. Like, okay. Then she turns around. Poor girl has a face like Steven Tyler. Now. The sad part is this girl is probably I bet you in her early 30s at the oldest. But poor thing, you know, you do squeak for a long time, it really kind of fucks you up. In her case, she looked just like Steven Tyler. And it's like, you know, off the subject of the Orange Line, remember one time in my neighborhood where I live at, we have a few people come through that way too, that, you know, because we're not too far away from certain areas where you got, you know, drug trafficking and everything. Saw this girl walking with this guy. I see them both tweaking. Once again, she was tweaking balls. I mean, this girl was high. But apparently she hadn't been doing it that long yet. I mean, this girl was actually still a relatively beautiful girl. She was higher than shit, tweaking and bouncing around all over the place. And she was young, and that's really sad to me. It's just really sad when you have like young girls like that, and they do that shit. And yeah, she was actually a beautiful girl, but probably by this time next year, not so much. It really doesn't take that long for it to take effect if you do it long enough. I mean, for instance, I have an ex. I first met her. My ex, when she was like 18, she was, you know, a little girl from Alabama. You know, which leads me to why I'd never date any more girls from Alabama, for number one, but I digress. You know, she was cute, chubby. She didn't even look 18. She looked a lot younger. She was actually cute. But then, after about, 20 years of meth use. 20 fucking years. She looks, 20 years older than what she really is now, you know? I mean, last time I saw her, she was like 30-something, and she looked 50, you know? And plus also, she has some mental issues. So you mix drugs with mental issues, you know, especially when she would come down, she was psychotic, you know? She sliced herself up, you know, rubber blood on the walls. And, you know, this is not exaggeration. I'm not joking about this. But this is her usual thing, you know? And she didn't always use knives. She'd, like, in the middle of the street, she would break a bottle, slice her arms, try to run into oncoming traffic. This is a regular basis. One understands she still does this shit now. She still does this now. This girl's like 40-something right now, and she's still doing it. That's what's sad about drug use, especially for people who are long-time users, you know? After a while, it's too late. You know, see a lot of people on the bus. Some look like they haven't been using that long, or Looks like they've been using forever. It's fucking sad. You know? And it's, you know, it's like mental illness and drugs are a bad mix anyways. You don't believe me? I mean, why don't you check out the current news lately? I'm convinced if there's going to be a zombie apocalypse, it's going to be caused by a combination of mental illness and drugs. I mean, for instance, all of you by now have probably heard the story about the guy who was shot 6 times while he was eating somebody's face. I'm sure everybody's heard about that. And lately, they also had some mixed martial arts fighter. He apparently cut out his trainer's heart or some shit like that. There's some other similar things popping up lately. It's crazy. It's like I said, mental illness and drugs do not mix. And also, there's this thing called PCP. You know, you do this shit, apparently you'll do whatever, and you don't feel shit. Not something I'd ever want to try, that's for sure. You know.